Hello and welcome to the new session. Here we are going to discuss about the bicep. So what exactly is the bicep? So if we talk about the overview of this particular lesson is that we are going to we'll give the introduction of the bicep. Then we can discuss about the benefit of the bicep. So what are the benefit that we can discuss? Then we can install the biceps and we can work with the biceps. So for this particular chapter, let's start with the introduction. So if you talk about the bicep, so what is the bicep? So bicep is nothing but it's a domain specific language, and it's used for the declarative syntax to deploy your Azure resources. You can use the bicep instead of JSON to develop your ARM template. And if I tell you in a short, so it's nothing but the infrastructure as a code language to deploy your Azure resources natively. Let's quickly discuss about the benefit part. So what will the benefit we will get if we use the bicep? The first one is support for all the resource type and API version, and this is the most lovable benefit of the bicep, where I can think about this on the priority to use as an infrastructure as a tool. Why? Because bicep immediately support all the preview and the GA version of the Azure services. That means if something new feature coming in the Azure preview, bicep is capable to generate the IAC for that, so that we can utilize those for IAC for the deployment. As might be you aware that there will be lots of challenges if something new comes in the feature from the Azure side. Maybe what are the tools that you are using, like consider that the Terraform, if there is no module for that particular provider, so we cannot generate or utilize the infrastructure as a code using the Terraform to deploy the Azure resources. So bicep is very good in that term. Next one is simple syntax. If you compare the bicep with the ARM template, when you feel that the syntax of the bicep is very simple, even if you have experience on the Terraform, so you will feel that the syntax is familiar for you. The next one is the authoring experience, as it is the Microsoft native tool, so you will not face any authoring experience over there. The next one is the modularity. So bicep also support for the module to keep the code in small pieces, so that you can grab all the codes and deploy your deployment using the multiple modules. If you are aware about the Terraform, so yes, this is the same type of modeling where you can keep the code as simple as possible, and we can reuse the code in the multiple deployment. The next one is the integration with the Azure services, as this is again the native tool. So bicep integrate with Azure services such as Azure Policy, template pieces, and the blueprints, so that you will no need to be struggle for that kind of the integrations. Next one is the state file. So if you are using the bicep, so you no need to be worry about keeping the state file in a safe location, as all the state file will be stored on the Azure for the bicep, and you need to just use the what if operation to validate the changes before you deploy any file to the Azure. And last and most important thing is that the costing or the costing. So it's as it's the most important aspect for everyone. So bicep is completely free because this is the open source project from the Microsoft. So this is the one more value added tools in the infrastructure as a code, where we all can utilize this to deploy the resources on the Azure. So let's discuss about the installation of the bicep tool. So how we can install, we'll discuss about this into the demo part, where I will let you know that how to install the bicep. So there are two type of installation we required. One is the development environment. So development environment is nothing but the system from where you are developing this template, and the deployment environment, like if you are using some backend where like ADO pipeline and Jenkins and some script are running on this particular agent pool nodes, so that what need to be appropriately installed over there, so that you should be use this bicep. So let's move on to the demo part. So to install and prepare your development environment, so basically Microsoft recommend that you should use the VS Code or the Visual Studio, where you can install the plugin and you can utilize that. So Microsoft building their tools so that we can easily use these plugins to create our deployment using the bicep. So here you need to click on the extension, and once the extension is this box will be open, you have to type bicep here. So this will be appear here, the bicep. If you see that it will be in the preview, so you just need to install it. Once it will be installed, you are ready to use it. That's the one method. Now we'll discuss about the another one, where we are going to deploy the bicep on the development environment. Consider that we have the we are using the node pools for to run our bicep job on the any CI/CD tool. So in that case, what need to be taken care in that case? So let's move on to the that kind of installation. So I have opened my PowerShell ISE where we need. So first of all, we need to validate that the AJ version should be appropriate, and for the bicep we require 2.20 at least, or later the version. So let me run this version validation, so that yeah, this is somehow it's a later version, and we require 2.20. So next is command is to install the bicep. So AZ bicep install. Once you run this command, it will install the bicep on your system. So it has successfully installed the bicep on your system, and now you're ready to use it. So let's meet into the next lecture where we can explore the bicep more. Thank you so much.